Hello, and welcome to Boomer and Beyond Wellness and the Have It Your Way workout series. So today's deep dive is into the scapular push-up, folks. And I'm excited because this is an exercise that might appeal to some of you yogis and yoginis out there, because we will, at one point, be incorporating a plank. Now, the accessories we'll be using today will be a sticky yoga mat and a monster cord. Now, this leads me right into a blanket statement regarding medical disclaimers and precautionary measures. If you have any chronic health concern whatsoever, I'm going to invite you to preview the video before participating and look for what you can do. However, if you're not sure, then I would invite the medical healthcare practitioner who knows your body best to preview the video as well to help you make an informed decision. Now, specific to this video, if you have a latex allergy, be careful, folks, because both the mat and the monster cord are made out of latex, so you need to look for non-latex or latex-free. Also, if you have any back spine flexion issues, you want to pay attention to the form and make sure you keep yourselves absolutely in a tabletop position. And this can include both osteoporosis of the spine and the postural deviation known as hyperkyphosis, the one where we're kind of hunched. Now, because of the position of the hands, they're going to be in a wrist extension. This is a contraindication, folks, for carpal tunnel syndrome. So I'm going to invite you to participate in my other videos because this one is going to be all demonstrated like so. You could work it as a low plank as well, so just so you know, that could be an option for you. But for some of you, no matter what, if you haven't done this type of a push-up, it could be concerning. So that's why I'm suggesting watch, build up to it perhaps, find out if you can do it or not, all right? But in general, I'm going to advise you not to participate with carpal tunnel syndrome for this. Now, because of the position of the arms, they're going to be straight. Both biceps and triceps will be working. So for golfers or tennis elbow, you need to seek medical advice to find out if this particular exercise would be appropriate for you, because I can't offer you an option. The reason being is that your symptoms are quite unique to each individual. That's why I'm sorry about that. If you have pinched nerve at the neck, rotator cuff muscles, those issues, and the rotator cuff muscles are deep to the shoulders, so you want to be careful with this exercise because they're definitely being worked as well. And if you're medicated or not for hypertension, have vertigo or GERD, don't let your head drop down like this, right? We don't want to drop the head down into a flexion of the cervical spine of the neck. Now, as a compound movement, wow, we are going to work a lot of large muscles simultaneously with a lot of joints. It's all going on at one time. I love compound movements for Boomer and Beyond Wellness. And the muscles involved, well, I've got them all written out because this is a long list, but it's important that you know. So we have the gluteals, I'm sitting on them, right? We have the hamstring muscles, the back of the thighs. We have the quadricep muscles. We have the hip adductor muscles, inner thighs. They're also part of your core, by the way. We have the erector spinae muscles, or the back erectors, I really should say as well. We have the trapezius muscles. We have, very important on this particular exercise, because this exercise brings us into scapular shoulder blade retraction going toward each other, the shoulder blades, and then they open away from each other in protraction. So for that retraction phase, in particular, very important, would be the rhomboid muscles, the Christmas tree muscles located between those shoulder blades. We have the latissimus dorsi muscle, the big swimmer's muscle. We have the serratus anterior muscles by the ribs going toward the scapulae. This is the bigger muscle that's involved in the protraction phase, where the shoulder blades broaden and widen away from each other. We have, in the abdominals, we have the rectus abdominis. This is the one that flexes the torso, so typically associated with a crunch. We have the oblique muscles, both internal and external, and they kind of participate here in turning and twisting. We also have deep to the belly button, the transverse abdominis. This is the deepest of the core, and this is your internal girdle, your internal corset, so to speak. We also have, I'm telling you, this goes on and on. We have the deltoid muscles of the shoulders. We have the bicep muscles. We have the tricep muscles. We have the levator scapulae. We have the pectoral muscles of the chest. And, you know, we have those forearm muscles down to the hands, fingers, wrists. I'm going to take a breath. Now, for a couple of gentle reminders. When you're working out on your own, and this is not a workout, always feel free to stop and rest whenever you need to. However, I'm not inviting you to quit, okay? You stop, take a couple of breaths, and then you return to the work. Also, do please keep yourselves properly hydrated with water during the workout. Now, you may have been medically advised not to drink a lot of water. Then you follow that advice, especially when it's concerning issues with the kidneys, bladder, and other areas. Please follow your doctor's advice at all times. And on the channel, I want you to look for a warm-up and cool down video. One video where you can interchange the movements, because it is important for those of us 55 years and above to warm up for a full 10 minutes prior to any workout. Now, within the post tab on the channel, and it used to be called community tab, there you will find the link to the rating of perceived exertion chart, RPE for short. This is a 0 through 10 subjective scale. It's really quite remarkable, and it could be a really helpful tool for those of you who might have a pacemaker, or maybe you're on certain medications like beta blockers, or maybe you just don't know how to take your training heart rate. So I'm advising you, please, to work out at an RPE between 3 and 6, and go ahead, folks, download that RPE chart and print it out, and, you know, post it to your refrigerator so you always have it. And as always, for every video, I'm going to provide reference screenshots and articles, like an article about the particular exercise, or maybe a reference study. Whichever way I find something that I think is quite suitable, it'll be there for you, all in that posts area. Now, what are we going to do here today with this scapular push-up? Moving into a plank, okay? We're going to do one set, and a set is a group of 8 to 15 repetitions. We're definitely going to do 15 repetitions today. Now, we're going to do the first 5 repetitions on our hands and knees, all fours, without any additional resistance. Then, the next way to level up is to do it in the plank. However, I will demonstrate just a little bit doing that unilaterally, one leg at a time, because you may not be there yet to do it in the full out plank. Then we will move into using the monster cord for resistance. And I have to tell you, this really adds a lot of resistance. So let's get going here for you. I will be facing mostly to the side, and I'm going to have to check the camera quite a bit, folks, because I have to make sure that I hold my torso steady as well. So I'm going to show you here now. The one thing I want you all to avoid is when you come onto all fours, I don't want you to collapse down. Let's give you a bit more of it. None of that, and none of this either. This is not doing a cat-cow in the position. I just want you to be aware of it. So you'll see here why Not the best approach for carpal tunnel, right? So what we want to do, now turning here, I want you to see the bicep muscles are facing forward. The elbows, the eyes of the elbows are forward. Therefore, I'm in a slight lateral rotation from the shoulders. It's also known as an external rotation. Notice the position of my knees. They're in the same line as my hip. Now, here's where I want you to really control this. And you drop here. So now the shoulder blades are retracting. That's the rhomboid muscles in particular. And then here's the serratus anterior, where the shoulder blades widen, broaden away from each other and down. Give myself a little angle so I can make sure I see me, because I don't want this and this, right? So coming down, inhale, and exhale on the push. Breath in and out through the nose. Make sure you pause at the peak of the work. Now, I consider both positions here the peak. You pause, and then I pause again. Now, that was the last one this way. Now, to move on to leveling up unilaterally, one leg at a time, so you can still build up toward the full plank and yet challenge yourself a little bit more so you're not on all fours. So one more like this. So just so you see. Now I'm going to lift into plank. And here we go. Now I'm going to bring my feet a little wider because I think it'll help me. Yeah, there we go. I am definitely checking. I'm eyeballing my spine because sometimes I love to move that spine around just a bit too much. I'm going to go for two more. Inhale. So notice that the quadricep muscles are engaged. Belly button is up and in. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now let's lower down for the moment. Give your wrists a break if you need to so you can flap them out. And we can also do this kind of stretch. My wrist is lower than my shoulder, and then I'm pushing both into each other. I don't do it the other way. I don't turn the hand over because I want to work those wrist extensors. I want to stretch them out. Great. Okay, now I'm going to grab this thing and have to make sure I do this right. So you want to be able to have the monster cord around your palms. And then you put it over your back by the shoulder blades. Set down. So watch here. I'm going to turn again, but I want you to see biceps forward, all right? So let me go here. And I'm going to lift, go a little wider with my position of my legs, a little bit broader base of support, and down and up. No cat-cow, folks. No spine flexion and extension. And remember, hypertension, vertigo, GERD. Keep that chin up. You don't want to drop down toward the floor. Two more. Do not bend the elbows. And one more. And push away. And lower the knees down. And that's what we have for you today, folks, here at Boomer and Beyond Wellness. If you would like to receive my free monthly newsletter, please subscribe by going to my website, boomerandbeyondwellness.com, and just look for the subscribe tab. And when you subscribe, you will receive a thank you video I created exclusively for newsletter subscribers. And it's a total body workout. So I hope you enjoy that. And also, please consider subscribing to the channel. YouTube will only release the videos when they see a channel is gaining traction. So we really want to get this message out to others who have chronic health concerns. This is your chronic concerns corner. We've got your back here, folks. So please consider subscribing, sharing the videos, giving it a kind comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Until next time, eat your greens, eat your beans, drink your water, and be well. Thanks so much.